What's up, guys? So, right now,
which is a melted building.
can you see that?
Again, it looks very reminiscent to the mines that those guys were kayaking through in my videos. You saw them a few videos back where they're kayaking through.
I'm watching Jen from the Truth Seeker 69, and I mirrored the video earlier from Jon Levi. I forgot to tag it or whatever. Everybody knows. Anybody who watches my videos knows who Jon Levi is. Jon Levi. I started watching Jon Levi a few years ago and pertaining to architecture and the mud floods, because when I lived in Reno, Nevada, Reno was like a small pocket in between some mountains, and during that time I was into the whole mud fossil gigantic tree thing, and I thought the mountains surrounding Reno were giant tree stubs, petrified giant tree stubs. Who cut the top off and what size saw, whatever, laser precision. But after moving to New York and catching the subway through the Green River and the upper Grand Canyon through Utah and Iowa, Nebraska, then Illinois, down through Indiana, I saw a lot of tunnels, brickwork, and then when I got into the mountains of the Hudson River Valley, I saw a bunch of hidden structures underneath the dirt, which I thought were pyramids. I basically just thought everything was pyramids, and I was like, oh, there's a bunch of pyramids along the Hudson River, and that was my story, and I was like, there's a bunch of pyramids. So then when I was in New York, I was noticing the subway is like 3-4 stories down from street level, so I started studying subways. So then I started studying all the subways around the world, and then I found out about mud floods and underground cities, and then I found out the city that I'm living in has a whole underground city beneath it, and Seattle has an underground city, and everybody has an underground city that they built over the top of, and everybody's got basements and catacombs and shit. So we thought that they were tree stumps, but Subphotonic, who did a video a couple of years ago with Quasi Luminous, who's the leader of, not the leader, he's the person who started Blood Over Intent. Jerry was Subphotonic back then. He was doing Mud Flood. We were all doing Mud Flood. Me, Face, Jeremy, Trenair, Hedda, Boz. I'm just playing, none of those guys. Me, Jon Levi, Richard Lopez, Phillip Druhzinin, Michelle Gibson, Global Visions, no Globe, Captain Kirk. The list goes on. Colbney, whatever his fucking name is. We're all doing mud flood videos and star forts. And then all of a sudden, Jerry kind of noticed that all the mountains and mud fossils, Roger mud fossils, were actually melted buildings. So then when you start looking at the melted building things, you're like, okay, it melted. So right now, Jen was just talking about what melted the buildings, and she was like, it must have been like extreme heat and pressure. Yeah, that seems true, but I wanted to touch on the subject of how the buildings got melted or the circuit board got fried. What it looks like to me is the burn marks and the melting patterns on some of these structures looks, we call them heat striation marks. These heat striation marks almost like they've got like it almost seems like a digital feel to it, like say for instance, you know what I'm saying, like you took, it's like a voodoo doll. Say this picture was like a voodoo picture, right? And then say we wanted to destroy this build, like there was a building right here. So we make a copy of this right here, and then like it's like they burn it, like they burn it up, burn this picture up, and then like the same way that this picture is burned up is exactly the way the picture is. It's kind of like a, it has like a Back to the Future type of matrixy, like it wasn't destroyed before, but then like the people, like they went back in time and destroyed it type of thing. Because like that would explain why it's like not in the history books, is because it's like a, what we're looking at is like a super matrix meltdown effect. If you look at all the mountains as melted buildings, and the caves, and even underneath the ocean and all that, and like see even this has nothing to do with the channel. This is just a random calendar, and see that's a melted building. Let's see. Let's take a look at the calendar here. We got some type of, you see the type of machines that these people have. So this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm just showing you some shit. I just want to see if I see anything else about a melted building. We got the monkey sitting on some. Okay, see. It's always melted buildings. You see in the back, these like natural rocks, melted building. You see, and you see how the marks look kind of like digital, kind of like, you know what I mean? Let's see if we can find something else here. With the foliage, we got a weightlifting chick. We got some ice wall shit. Then this the same. This is the same melted building, motherfucker. So anyway, let's see what she's talking about. She's live right now.
Have been an arch coming over this way, but now it's collapsing down on itself, and then the heat was taken away, and it stopped. These people here seem to have refurbished some type of cave, interior melted building, and decided to make a home out of it. Caves for rent. Look at that. Because I knew that they were houses.
Boulder, Utah.
Oh, sorry. Click off a bit. Whoop. Let's go back to images.
This is definitely an interesting subject. It's new. I took geology and geography in college. They never knew what was going on. They were either lying on purpose, or they just didn't know and they were indoctrinated. And so this is a brand new subject. I mean, it's 2021, and we're actually blowing geologists out of the water with these discoveries, or them. I mean, I'm part of it too, because there's only a few people that are talking about this. I mean, me, Jen, Jerry, Spartan Red, Tartarian Meltdown, Richard Lopez, Jon Levi, UAP. Who else is talking about the melted buildings? Phillip Druhzinin did one about the melted buildings. Berserker Bear. They know Autodidactic 1 and 2. Martin Liedtke, Flat Earth, British. We're all fucking geologists, meltologists, mud floodologists, whatever you want to call it. And it's new, it's exciting. It's it's cut of, what do you call it, cut of the edge, whatever you want to call it. It's the tip of the iceberg. It's, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I try not to dwell on shit that really, you know, they're like, well, this is gonna get you any money. You're gonna get paid. It's not gonna get you any money. It's a waste of time. You're not gonna get no money off of it. It's melted building. You're not gonna get no money. We just find out where the gold's at. Then everything has to be about money. You know, you tell a joke. Oh man, how come you didn't be a comedian, man? You could be a comedian, man. Make some money, man. Everything you do has got to be about money. So anyway, everything you got to do has got to be about money. It's not about, you know, having any type of intelligence or anything. So anyway, so if you want to know more about this, go check out Spartan Red, When the Buildings Cry, Flat Earth Truth Alerts, Jon Levi's latest video, UAP, all these guys. Yeah, man, it's new and it's here to stay unless they see what's gonna happen is they're waiting until this lady makes a full catalog of shit and then they're just gonna zap all of it. So these people better be careful. I'm being careful because these motherfuckers, they want to erase this type of shit from history, but it's too late now. Too many people know about it.